what you need to change to get self-healing to work for you. Have you ever wondered why some people heal themselves overnight? And while others, they pray, they meditate, visualize for years, and still they stay stuck. But here's the truth that no one's telling you. And here's what you'll learn in this video. Why self-healing isn't just about belief, affirmations, or positive thinking. The hidden reason healing works for some, but not for others. And how your hologram holds the blueprint that either locks illness in or sets your body free. Now, if you're curious about what's really happening beneath the surface, make sure to subscribe, because we're going to go deeper into the truth of healing every single week. I've seen it all. One person visualizes that their hand healing after a brutal accident and it works. The hand heals. Another person tries everything under the sun. Affirmations, yoga, Reiki, therapy, and nothing changes. And here's the thing. It's not because one is more spiritual or more deserving, nothing to do with that, or even more disciplined for that matter. That's absolute bullshit. If you've ever felt like healing passed you by, like you're doing something wrong, or like maybe God just forgot about you, well, that's the pain of not understanding the deeper architecture of healing. Because every single illness, pain, trauma, it really leaves an imprint on your hologram. And we have 4, we work with 4. So think of the hologram as the energetic map of your body. If that map is blocked or twisted or coded with trauma, your body has no choice but to recreate the illness. And it can do that with visual dense red spots, voids, barbed wire fields. The difference with when you're using other modalities, older modalities like Reiki and affirmations or talk therapy, they touch the surface. They bring temporary relief. You will feel better, but only for a few days or a few weeks. But if the hologram is still coded with the old story, the illness rebuilds itself. It's like cottonwoods to the surface without pulling out the roots. Yeah. So energy runs deeper than willpower. It really does. Belief and intention are powerful, but they don't override the architecture of trauma. So just imagine this for a minute. Imagine trying to stream Netflix on a shattered phone screen, right? You'll get glimpses of the movie, but the cracks distort everything. That's what happens when you try to self-heal without clearing the holograms. Your body is loyal to the energetic blueprint it's been given, and that goes for everybody, absolutely everybody. And don't get me wrong, intention is powerful. I've seen people intend healing and create miracles, but intention is like striking a match. If the hologram is clogged or damp, or the fire fizzles out, it will keep coming back. And sometimes it will come back even stronger. Now, when the hologram is clear, though, that same spark becomes a huge flame. And that's when healing lands and it sticks. And then there's the part that blows even my mind, and I teach this, because when you're in the hologram, sometimes it's not just you, it's other dimensional beings who are guides or spirit guides or ancestors. There's just these forces that I can't fully explain. They step in, they hold the field, the energetic field with you, and they shift energy in ways that still give me goosebumps. I've seen cords clearly There's densities lifted, just like that, puff of a smoke. Even whole areas of a hologram that's lit up by a presence I can only describe as divine. And it works. It works beyond what logic can really track. And that's when I knew this work is much bigger than me, is bigger than any one modality, because I've got a lot of experience under my belt. It's a doorway into what science just can't yet explain, but the soul remembers. And this is why so many other modalities only bring partial relief, like Reiki, acupuncture, therapy, pranic healing, even hypnotherapy, and even medicine. They move energy, yes. They calm the symptoms, yes. Not disputing that. But they don't always reach the hologram level, the quantum level, that where trauma is still stamped in without addressing that architecture, plus opening the door to the invisible help waiting in the wings. Healing slides back, symptoms return. People feel like failures. They're not. They're just missing the deeper layer. And I mean, I once worked with to give you an example, a woman who had chronic grief lodged in her chest. And she'd done therapy, meditations, energy work, pranic healing. But when I entered her hologram, there was just a black void. It was sucking every new practice dry. So that's the intention. But we brought that energy out. We felt its presence. We lifted that grief imprint. And it disappeared. Her world shifted. She walked out my door like she had 20 years taken off her. Yeah. But I watched her hologram light up. Her breath, it really deepened. She was quite shallow breath when she came in. She cried, then she laughed. That's when her healing finally stuck. It wasn't just me. I was the channel. It wasn't just her intention. It was the architecture plus the unseen support that actually helped her. So here's the reason why healing fails when we pretend it's only about mindset, it's only about willpower, or it's only about the physical body. Healing happens when you clear all holograms, the spiritual, the physical, the psychological, the emotional. When you clear those holograms, you're bringing intention and energy into alignment, and you allow the mystery, the invisible help, the spirit team, the other dimensional beings. Yes, it's woo-woo, but it's unexplainable. It works. And none of us can fully explain what we've all felt to move through. That's when the body remembers how to heal. And this is why many older modalities only bring partial relief, like Reiki, pranic healing, acupuncture, therapy, medicine. They move energy, yes. They calm the symptoms, yes. But they don't always reach the core, the root, right at that hologram level, where trauma is still stamped in. And without addressing that architecture, plus opening the door to the invisible, help waiting in the wings, healing slides back, symptoms return. Sometimes they return even worse than what they were to start with. People start to feel like failures. They're not. They're just missing that deeper layer. And that's when the body remembers how to heal. And that's when I knew this work is far bigger than me and bigger than anyone and bigger than any of those other modalities. It's a doorway into what science just can't yet explain. But the soul remembers. And this is why some heal and others don't. It's not that you're weak, unworthy, or doing it wrong. It's that those quantum holograms is carrying that dense imprints that override even your strongest efforts. And the moment that you change the hologram and let go, self-healing starts to actually work, and it works very quickly. Yeah. And that's exactly what I teach in the Oracle Code, and how to read and clear these holograms so your body stops replaying trauma and finally remembers how to heal. Because we are that powerful. It's not magic, it's mapped reality. And I train Oracle practitioners how to not only help themselves and remember who they are, but I help them help others with this powerful process. That's why I created the Oracle Code, because no one else was mapping this. And I wanted this system where you don't just hope healing works, you can actually see the blueprint change at a deep level, at the root, because your self-healing works the moment the hologram is clear. Otherwise, you're fighting a battle with the wrong map. If you want to understand why your symptoms keep looping back, even when you've done everything right, watch this next video. It will change the way that you see your body forever.